is on. What's going on, guys? Gsxr Blacker reporting for another vlog. So today I thought about doing a video based around my bike, and the reason for that is a couple of days ago it ticked over to a year of owning this bike. So what I've been trying to do is do a review video, so a yearly review since I bought the bike. So I was going to do it like a 6-month thing, but thought to myself, I want to really know the bike from top to bottom before I do a review, just so I can get more in depth with someone else that's chasing a Gsxr. So yeah, I might start off with saying that this, like I said, I had this bike for a year. I've put about 16,000 Ks I put onto it, just around about. So yeah, and I've taken it everywhere. I commute on it every day, as you see in my videos. It does awesome. I've taken to up the mountains, long trips, 500k plus trips, and the only thing from that I've noticed to get really sore in this position. That's inevitable. But yeah, a couple of good things about this bike. Like I have the knowledge to compare to other bikes. So like compare the Gsxr600, the Gsxr600, and what else we got? The R6. I haven't had to spend much time on the R6, but I know how it rides. So coming from that perspective to this bike, I know that this bike is more comfortable. It definitely is rider preference though. Like a lot of people think the Gsxr6 is more comfortable, a lot of people think the Gsxr600 is more comfortable. But my own thoughts is that this is more comfortable than all of them put together. And yeah, that's probably one of the reasons I bought this bike. So comfort. Another one is the styling of it. I absolutely love the look of it. I think everyone that loves motorcycles doesn't stray away too far from the looks of the this year model base stylus. So I think it goes from 08 to 2009. I think it's the year model that stays like this look, and then they go for the 2010, they go for the bubble look. But yeah, another good thing I love about this bike is the power modes in it. There's A, B and C power modes. So what that adjusts is the throttle response. It doesn't actually tamper with the power at all, but yeah, it adjusts the throttle. So have it in A, it's race mode, so built for the racetrack, so throttle response is full. B is for more road use, so it's not really snappy kind of throttle work, but it does have the power. So yeah, and C is for wet. Like I've just recently changed the B mode because I've noticed that the fuel consumption after I did the K&N air filter and removed the secondaries has actually lowered it. So I get a little bit less K's out of the fuel tank, but changing to the B mode really gave me a bit more K's per tank. So that's what I've found is pretty good as well. It actually, so instead of having a massive amount of fuel flow through when you snap the throttle, you can reduce that throttle snap, so you can reduce the fuel flow, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the power modes are great on this thing. Good things also about it is the tacho reading. Everything's great, everything's displayed well. See if you can see it. So yeah, you got the speedo, A, B and C modes, gear selector, sorry. So there's a gear selector, so it tells you what gear you're in. Most people are actually jealous that I've got that on this one. It has a time on it. Now, most lower class bikes like a Ninja 250 and all the Lambs bikes don't actually come out with a time. Most of the modern bikes actually do now. But yeah, so it also has temperature gauge, and also a shift light, which I found really awesome. Just makes the ride more cooler. Kind of relate to like Need for Speed or shit like that. But yeah, it is cool. Also, good things about these mirrors, they're really wide, so they're really really helpful in close call cases, so you really see a lot. The gearing in this thing, it's probably not the best of the 600 range. I know the not the CBR, the Gsxr6 is probably the better one, but it's still, it feels very smooth, not really cloggy and shit like the brand new CBRs do. No offense to people who own CBRs, they're a good bike, but I'm just not a fan of Honda. The brakes on these bikes are phenomenal. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, oh no, Gsxr Suzuki brakes are shit, they go all spongy. The only reason they do that is because they don't use enough. I ride this bike every day and my brakes have not missed a beat. The brakes have feel, look at that, one finger, all I need for this kind of braking in the city. It's just phenomenal, man. The rear brakes are pretty cool too. They're not really as important as the front, but they do help a lot as well. They're just standard braking, so the Nissan brakes are fucking amazing, eh? Just got to know where I'm going though. I'm heading over to the Slippery Mongoose's house to test out his new stand that he built. So I'm hoping it doesn't break my bike. So I might pull over somewhere and I guess I'll show you my bike. But yeah, what else can I tell you? Oh, the power outage in this thing is fucking amazing. Like, before I done the K&N to move the secondaries, it was awesome. Like, wherever you needed power, it was right there, and then wherever you wanted it. It's bloody wheeliable. Is that a word? Wheeliable. Does wheelies good. Alrighty, guys. So yeah, this is my 09 Gsxr600. Suzuki Gsxr600. So yeah, I'm running on the front of Michelin Pilot Road 2. On the rear, I just chucked on, like I said, a Pilot Power 3. More of a sporty kind of tyre, as you see by the tread on this tyre. It's kind of more right to the edge and more dispersed for the water. And like you see on the rear, it's just more like it doesn't go right to the edge, so it's more of a sporty tyre. And yeah, it has a less of a tread pattern, so it's be really good for in a sticky situation, if you get what I mean. But yeah, it is an awesome bike. What I've done to the bike, the Yoshi slip-on that came on the bike, R55 Yoshi, it's an awesome pipe. I've taken the baffle out of it, and it has more of a bubbling sound on decel, so that's pretty cool as well. Taking the secondaries out, like I said in my video, put a K&N air filter in it. I have got things to come on the bike. Getting a new set of levers, ASV black and red levers, shorty. I'm thinking about getting a power commander and a full pipe on it as well, just make it deadly. But I'm trying to decide whether to go with them things or go with another plan. But yeah, you guys will be the first to know. More things about this bike that just on the review factor. The engine is great in it. Serves a lot of power as well. A lot of riders do worry about how much it vibrates. What happens is you get through that vibration stage and it just kind of cuts itself out and starts it again and just powers on, and all the vibrations goes at about 10,000 RPM, and then obviously comes back at about 16,000. But yeah, I've got the single seat registration, so it looks a lot cleaner, looks more of a downward facing look, which I think is awesome. The weight of the bike is absolutely awesome. You can flick it around very easily, especially up the mountains in hairy situations. I've had a couple of close calls where I just flick it out of the way and it's all good. Yeah, it's a great bike. I don't think I regretted buying it. A lot of people say, oh no, you're gonna have problems with Suzuki, and the only problem I've had
is the rectifier, which I do know Suzuki. When I bought the bike, I knew Suzuki had that problem with all their models. Actually 6 months into owning the bike, it actually went. So the rectifier went, the stator went, and the battery fried itself. But I had it all covered under warranty, so that was all cool. And then a couple of weeks ago, I find out there's a recall on the rectifier and the master cylinder, like I said in my previous video. So I had the genuine rectifiers fitted to the bike, and I have the universal rectifier as a second-hand one. Probably the bad things about the bike, it's probably, there's not really much bad things. Probably the only thing is there's no fuel gauge. The only thing you have a fuel indicator is the fuel light. That's a bit iffy as well. It comes on, I think, at about when there's 7 litres left, starts flashing, and then it goes solid when it has 1 litre left. So from the time the light goes on, I get about 50 k's before, of course, it goes solid and it goes like all blurry and shit. And yeah, I've only run out of fuel once, and Mr. Oz Adventure knows that encounter. And it's on one of his videos sometime, and luckily the fuel station's just over the hill from where I pulled it, run out of fuel. So I really strongly put it on anyone that wants to get a super sport or anything like that. Definitely try to Gsxr out. Don't listen to what everyone else tells you. Because they are, like I said, an awesome bike, and I'll definitely respect the Suzuki badge from now on after riding one. A lot of people know me as a Suzuki rider, so I'll probably stick to that. A lot of people like bikes like Slide's bike. It's like a sex machine, man. But yeah, anything else you guys want to know? Like I said, I know this bike back to front, so if you have got any questions about the Gsxrs or any like in-depth questions, give me a holler, comment, or give me a PM, and I'll be sure to answer it. Oh, I love this bike. Anyway guys, I'm gonna shoot off to Slippery's house. Burnout time.
Enjoy your rides. Hope you enjoyed the video. I definitely did. Buying this bike was the best thing I ever did, really. I think I don't regret it at all, and I don't think I ever will. A lot of people say, oh, you bought a Gsxr, why'd you do that? I'm like, because it's a fucking kick-ass bike. But then again, it's all rider preference. A lot of people have had issues with them, and I'm like, well, how? There's nothing bloody wrong with them. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.